Alright guys, so in this video NumPy tutorial number 12 we will be going through how to split NumPy arrays. Now what does splitting means? We have discussed slicing, joining, everything in previous so many videos. So if you haven't accessed this playlist of NumPy, let me show you the playlist. This is the playlist of NumPy library in which we have discussed a lot of things, so you can access it and watch it from the beginning. But let me show you here in this tutorial splitting. So splitting is the reverse operation of joining. In joining we just merge multiple arrays into one. Means we are going to join 2D arrays, 3D arrays, or more than or when we want to join two arrays that will have suppose 2D arrays or 3D arrays. But in splitting we breaks one array into multiple parts. For that we use array split function. We pass it to array we want to split and the number of splits. Now what does it mean? So here two example. So the first will be that split the array in three parts. So import, let's say first we have to import, let me zoom in, let me zoom out, import numpy as np, let me zoom in. Now after that create here array with the help of numpy array function, and this will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 elements. Now I want to split this array into three parts, so let's create new array in which I'll be using np dot split function, sorry, array split. Just tab and right here array tab, and it will suggest you all these functions. So array split. Now within this split pass array. So if I just print this new array, we will see it will give us an error because array split function missing one required positional argument. Now what does it mean? So here you have to specify number of splitting. How many parts do you want to generate from this array? So in our case we want 3. So this is our result. So it return us 3 array. First one, second one, and third one from this array. If I want to split this array into two parts, then I will pass here 2, and it will split this array into two parts. The second example is for 4 array. So let's say I'm just changed here 4. It will split my array into 4 parts. First one, second one, third one, fourth one. Now this splitting will do by numpy array, this array split function. Okay. Now the second example, access the splitted arrays. This is our array. We have splitted into 3 parts. Let me remove this part from here. Okay, remove, and let me just print this new arr, and as you can see we have split this array into 3 parts. Now the question says that access the splitted arrays. So what we will do, we will use we can use here only print or loop, but first we will use print method. Here we have new arr, and I want an index 0, and I will simply copy paste. So control C, because we have 3 array, paste, and here I will change to 1 and I will change to 2. Why I am doing so? Because this array row is at index 0, and this array row index is at index 1, and this array row index is at 2. So shift and enter, and it will give you this array that we have splitted. So if I remove this part for now, control X and shift enter, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now remember this part and paste it here. I can do it. Let me do all these things side by side and print first new ARR. Now this is our splitted array and we have accessed the splitted array rows that has 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now splitting 2D arrays. Use the same syntax when splitting 2D arrays. Use the array split method, pass in the array you want to split and the number splits that you want to do. So let's see example. This is a 2D array. You have to do nothing but use the same method. The same function array split, and within this first pass array that you want to split, that how many parts. Suppose I want to 3 parts. After that just print this array and it will split your 2D array into 3 2D array. Now this is our first 2D array, second 2D array and third 2D array. So if you want to split it into 2D array, then just change the value here to 2, as you can see right here. Now the second example is split the 2D array into 3 2D arrays. Let's look at another example. This time each element in the 2D array contains 3 elements. Nothing new, the same array, but this time each array contains each row contains 3 elements. Okay, so use the same method, nothing new, just say new arr np dot array tab, so that it suggests the function arr. How many parts the question say? 3 to the array, so I'll pass here 3 and I will print here arr, as you can see. So we have splitted this array into 3 2D arrays. Now the next example is split 2D array into 3 2D arrays along rows. Okay, what we will do? In previous video we have discussed some methods. If you have watched that video, then you must have some knowledge about that functions, that how you can join arrays while using along rows method. So here I will be using the same method, but this time it will be np dot array split function, and first I'll pass array that I want to split. Then how many parts do you want to split that array? So 3 parts. First let me print it, new arr, and print it. But the question say that along rows. Here you can see, let me show you. It takes first row, this row, again this row, and from this 2 row it's generated first 2D array. The same it has generated from these 2 rows second 2D array, and the same method for other rows. But what I want to grab this element, this element, this element, this element, means first element from each value. Okay, let me show you right here. So we have to use here access true. Now this time, as you can see, 1 4 7 10 13 16, so it's generated first to the array 1 4 7 10 13 16, and from the second to the array it has done the same method, but this time it has picked the second value from each row. First second row, second value from first row, second value for second row, second value from third row, second value from fourth row, up to so on, and the same method for third array. Now use Hsplit method to split the 2D array into 3 2D arrays along rows. So it is the same method, you don't need to do anything, just use Hsplit method, but this time without using access, otherwise it will give you an error. So that was all about splitting array, how to split array using some methods. So this will be your exercise. You have to type 1 line of code in the below comment section. So in the next video we'll be discussing searching arrays. So see you there.